Good morning and thanks for tuning in. My name is Michaela Geis. I'm here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado, just north of Denver here, right on the side of I-25. This morning I'm going to be taking you through one of our used inventory pieces. This one is a 2015 Featherlite. It is a super loaded out 4-horse trailer, so I'm excited to show this one to you. Just a quick run through about what happens when we get in a used trailer. So this one came in on trade, came from North Carolina. Once it gets here, it's going to go through our shop and get completely ran through nose to tail and just make sure everything's ready to rock and roll. They're going to do an alignment on anything that comes in that's used, so make sure it's going to pull nice and straight for you. And then they're going to run through everything else: lights, brakes, bearings, hubs, check all your welds, check your floors, make sure all your doors and dividers latch properly. They are very meticulous, so they're going to get it as new as possible before it rolls off our lot. So just so you know, when you do buy a used trailer from here, you can buy with confidence knowing our shop has thoroughly inspected it, and then it will also get an acid wash. So this one is still making its way through our shop process, but I'm going to run you through it today and just show you what it's like. All right. So this one has the front tack on the other side. So we'll go ahead and check that out once we get there. On this side, this one is going to have your drop down windows on your hip side too. There's a lot of people that are going to prefer something like that for ventilation. If you do pick it up and head down to Texas with it, head somewhere warmer, back to North Carolina, or it gets a little bit warmer than Colorado, a lot of people look for those drop down windows on the hip side. So this one has that. It also has that sliding bus window if you want that option too, but they also have the drop downs. So great upgrade there. It does have tie rings on this side as well. So if you were gonna tie on the other side for tacking, or you need to split some up, they don't get along, or you just need to space them out a little bit more, you do have tie rings on this side as well. And then you are gonna have those grips there, so that when you do drop your windows down, that handle is gonna clip into here and hold it down so you can drive down the road with those open. You're gonna have LED lights on this side above those tie rings in case you do tie up on this side. You'll have lights. And then axles, you're gonna have 2 axles on this one, and they are 7K axles, so you're gonna get a GVWR of about 14,000 pounds. This one is gonna be 7'6" wide and 7'6" tall, so you got that half width running board there running the full length of the trailer. So if you did need to step up in here, peek on your horses, you do have that option with the tie rings and that running board. It does also have the integrated pod on it, so it does have all that optimal hay storage up top or anything else. With it being a pod, it is going to be fully enclosed, so you can store hay, shavings, grain, stuff like that and not have it get wet. I've also used it for things like camping chairs, my pop-up barrels or pole bending poles, anything like that too, that it's not going to blow away. If it were just a hay rack, it is that hay pod, so that is nice. You're going to have your ladder for that right here on the other side of this door, so that will slide out and make you a ladder to get up there. You're going to get a folding rear tack back here. It is collapsible. If you did need to get rid of it and stow it away, you can do that. Otherwise, great extra storage space. This one has a huge front tack on it, so I think back here would be a great option for if you're just going somewhere short and you didn't need all the storage up there. If you could just throw a couple bales of hay here or your grain here, pitchforks, rakes, just stuff like that to kind of get it out of the way. Almost use it as like a broom closet type deal, and then still have your giant tack space up front. Lots of options with this one. And you are going to get your half width ramp here too into that stall area, so if you did have horses that don't appreciate a step up, this one does have the ramp on it. You're going to get a butt bar for your last stall. That way if they do try and sneak out on you before they're untied, you can go ahead and go up front and untie them before they back out. Also just a nice safety feature in case anything were to ever happen and that door does get open somehow, your horse is going to stay inside. And then in here you're going to have padded dividers, so they're going to be padded on all the sides, and they're also going to be padded up on the chest. So for your mangers here, it is padded on the chest. When they do get bouncing back and forth on any of these sides, it does have that padding. Nice deep and wide mangers here. There is a drain hole in the back, so if you did need to clean these out and spray them down, just run the water all the way down, drain it out here. And then there's also 2 tie rings, one on each side in those mangers there, so for tying your horse, or if you needed to tie a bucket of water, so you set a bucket in there and wanted to clip that up so it didn't spill and fall down, there's that, or a grain bucket. Or if you did use hay nets and you wanted to lay the hay net in there and then tie it up so it can't run off on them, that is nice having that option. And then these dividers, they are padded, but they are also those airflow dividers. A lot of people are starting to really look for these and want to build trailers with these. And again, just really great ventilation having these. So with your drops on your head, drops on your hip, and then those airflow dividers, you're going to get a lot of air movement throughout this trailer. And then if you did have horses that just didn't like the solid dividers and being more closed in, they can still kind of see their friends and smell their friends. A lot of people think their horses travel nicer with these airflow dividers. So this one already has those. And then lights in here, they're going to have 2 LED strips on each side. So lots of light once you do get in here in the nighttime. And see, this one here has a ripped chest padding up here, so that is something that will be replaced through our shop process. I think we have that ordered and are just waiting on that to come in because we do want to color match these for this trailer. So I'm working on getting that, but that is something that happens during this shop process. That's a great example of things that they care about. Any little thing like that is going to be fixed. And then you got your kick mats all the way around this trailer, so if any horses do kick up on this, they're not going to hurt themselves, they're not going to hurt each other, and then they're not going to hurt your trailer either. So you got kick mats all the way around, you got padding on your dividers and your chest, you got mangers, you got slam dividers. And you'll notice when you do see these dividers, they are this plastic, real thick piece of plastic here, so that when you do slam it in here, it's not going to be metal on metal contact. It's going to be a lot quieter having that. And again, this one is going to be your 7'6" tall on the inside there. So if you did have bigger horses, taller horses, they're going to ride in that one very comfortably with all that space. You do have windows on these back doors as well. They are 50/50 doors, but you're going to have nice big windows on here. So if you did, you'll get more ventilation, even more when you open this one and have that air moving through the head windows and then coming out there. And then here, if you did put some tack in there or feed or anything like that, you can just get some airflow through there as well. And again, your ladder for your integrated hay pod, as well as all of your light switches here for your side lights, your interior lights. This one does have a battery on it, so that's why your lights are running right now. They're running off that battery. So even when it's not connected or hooked up to your rig, you can turn those lights on and see what you're doing. Again, those LED lights out here right below that integrated pod. You are going to have, all of these are going to drop down. We do wash our trailers before we show them to you, so it's a little icy this morning, being as cold as it was last night. They're a little frozen, but we did get this one open for you guys so you can see that they do in fact drop down. And then you do have these jail bars that drop down as well. So you're just going to slide those out of their little notches right here when you're dropping it down. So that way, if you did need to pour some more water in a water bucket, throw some more hay in there, throw some grain in there, just want to check on them, you can drop those jail bars and get full access into that trailer, into that space. And then again, you have that half width running board, so if you did need to use your tie ring and step up in here to get access to them, you do have that right there. And then your mangers down below, really great deep and wide space. Not any hooks or anything in there. Those can be installed though, if that's something that you're interested in, or shop can do something like that, install some bridle hooks or something up along there. But I really like this space for storage, for things that you don't want in your tack space. So I've used, like right here where your wheel well cuts into it, it makes it a little bit narrower. I've used that for grain storage because it really keeps your feed bag setting up right. And then up front where you have the wheel wells not into it and it's even wider, I've used that for buckets. I lay my pitchforks down there and brooms, shavings, the big rubber grain pans, anything else that you just don't want in that tack space, throwing it in here I think is great. Then you don't, I know you do have that rear tack for some things, then you do have your integrated pod, but this is great just not having to climb up there with your smaller or your heavier stuff, or just something you need to throw in there quick and get it out of the way. I really like how much storage this trailer has. I've had one with a pod and a full rear tack and mangers, and I just think that's great for how much stuff we as horse people end up owning. For even just 4 horses, it can add up quickly. So just this number of storage on this one is really optimal. Like I said, huge front tack on this one. You are getting your drop down step into this tack room, so if you are carrying saddles, it's easier to get in there versus stepping way up here on the running board. You do have the step, so it drops it down a little bit lower. We'll go ahead and just start back here and kind of work our way around. So fully carpeted wall here. I love these. I love this feature on trailers. Just having it carpeted in here makes it look nicer, keeps it cleaner, keeps it lasting longer. Resale value, just aesthetics, it looks really nice, and then also keeps your tack nice. So when you do hang bridles, show halters, your bits with conchos, anything up here that's going to sway as you drive down the road, so you don't put it in a bridle bag and it just is going to hang loose. When they get to swaying, they're going to get to making those black marks on those white trailers and the white walls. Having that carpet is going to protect your trailer and protect your tack. So lots of bridle hooks down this fully carpeted wall. You have another set over here with an LED light above it in this corner. I really like that, so you can see all the way into this corner. I could see that could be a great spot for one of our corner water tanks if you wanted to add water on board of this trailer. And then we have 2 recessed saddle posts here. Each of them are going to have 4 saddle racks, so you can fit 8 saddles in here, as well as this blanket tree in the middle. I really like this design. It's just as far as storage and just access and easy, it's just super convenient. Just throw all your saddles on here, throw all your pads on here, and they are carpeted, so they are going to stick. Once you get that felt or that wool sticking on here, it is going to stay put. And then your blanket bars, they're sit down lower, and this thing comes up a little bit higher, so it's got that lip on it, it's got that edge to hold your pads on there when you're driving down the road. And then lots of floor space too, even underneath your saddle racks and underneath those blanket bars. You have floor space for those tack trunks, for those rolling storage trunks up against that wall as well. Just lots of space in here to work with if you are taking this rig to a horse show like the previous owner. And then you do have a boot box. It does have 2 different doors for it. It does have a wall down the middle too, so it is essentially 2 different storage spaces. Boots, hat boxes, if you do have cowboy hats and you keep them in those boxes, I think they fit really well in there as well. And then it does also act as a step up into your gooseneck. All of this is fully carpeted as well, so when you do throw stuff up here, it's going to stick. Like if you had extra saddles, I know you put those Western show saddles in carrying cases and stick those up there, they're going to stick to this carpet and stay up there. Anything else, and then 2 very long closed rods right above that. He was a horse trainer that traveled to shows frequently, so I know he probably had clothes himself as well as his clients that he needed to hang up there and get to shows. So each class is going to have different outfits and multiple outfits for different color options and color schemes you're going with. So all those clothes, there's plenty of space for all that up here, and another light up there as well, so that once this does get packed full of stuff and you're trying to figure out where everything is, you can see what's going on in this trailer, as well as a light right above the door as you exit. So really well set up front tack, especially for a trainer setup, a show setup, anyone that has lots of tack to go along with their rig. This is a great trailer. Extra wide front tack door there as well, so when you are carrying those big Western show saddles in there, tack trunks, it does give you lots of room. And then this trailer, this front tack door does lock as soon as you shut it, so it does have this combo lock up here, and you will get the combo once you take it home with you, but as soon as you shut this, it's gonna lock. So I really like that. If you don't always remember to lock your stuff, it's just going to do it for you. It takes care of it, and it's a super easy way to open it. Once you do get that combo, it's 3 buttons, so it's really easy. And I like that it just locks, especially with how much you do show horses. You're going to have a lot of money and tack in there, and that's just going to give you peace of mind and security, knowing if you didn't tell someone to lock it, trailer's already done it for you. This one does have an enclosed nose up here as well. We've got it opened up for you guys to see. You're gonna have your spare tire in there, as well as that single electric jack, and then a battery box. So like I told you, all these lights are running off your battery right now. That battery is in its own box. It does have room for another one, so if you wanted to add a second one as backup, you can do that. But I really like that it's in its own box. It just keeps it protected. And then this does have a floor down here inside of this enclosure, so that way you don't have anything splashing up in here. Especially being your spare tire in here, it's going to keep that really clean and really nice. You can see how clean everything is in here right now. So keep your jack nice too, just prevents that salt spray from the roads getting up in there and corroding anything. And then, like I said, it does have the electric jack. So over here is a button for it. So all you gotta do is just stand here and push the button, and it's gonna go up and down for you guys. Super easy, really convenient. And then again, get all that closed up, and it does have a key, so you can even lock it if you want to do that. That way no one ends up taking a battery, taking a spare tire, because you never know with people nowadays. So again, this one is a 2015 Featherlite, one of our used trade-ins. It just came in, still rolling through the shop. You guys are checking out our stock number right now. That is 5U230376. And that sticker does have a QR code on it. So if you're ever here walking the lot, just grab your phone, open your camera, scan that QR code, and it will take you to the web page for this trailer or anything else on our lot that you scan. So if you are interested in this trailer, you're gonna reference that stock number, give me a call, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, just reach out. I'd be glad to help you with this one, or check out anything else that we may have. As far as 4-horse fully loaded goosenecks, this is a great option, and it is the only one here right now. It is still available, so all my contact info will show up on your screen. My name is Michaela Geis. My cell phone, 303-918-6367. You can call it or text it, whichever you prefer. And then my email address, michaela.geis@transwest.com. Just reach out with any questions, and I'd be glad to help you guys. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.